Picking up where we left off from part 2, now we're in part 3 of Why This Website, TorahTruthSeekers.org. And getting back to Daniel chapter 12, and in verse 3, it says in Daniel chapter 12, verse 3, "Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever." That involves eternal life there. A promise, even from our Tanakhs, or Old Testament scriptures. And we want to be like this. We want to help turn many to righteousness, not just about saving our own skins or our own glory or edification, but we want to help others. We want to reach out to others. And as I forgot to mention in regard to the stories of the old scriptures that Paul was referring to that were written for our admonition, what about David going up against Goliath as a teenager? And I'd like to reach out to you teenagers as well, to pursue your relationship with your Creator, regardless of your peers or your parents. If your parents are not walking in the way, we still need to honor our mother and our father, as the 5th commandment says to do. But still, in doing that, pursue your relationship with your Creator as you're able, and according to how you can do that, and not let the influences be from the wrong influences, but seek the right influences. Still try to network, correspond with other believers of like minds and hearts, sincerely seeking the truth. And that's what we're all trying to do. So I'd like to encourage you, regardless of age, regardless of numbers of age, or groups of believers, or minority versus minority, let's seek first the kingdom together and think outside the box, as we need to at times to do so. As our Messiah says in Matthew chapter 19, verse 29, it says, "And everyone who has left houses, or brothers, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, material possessions, or families, whatever it takes when the time is right, for my name's sake," and that's the key phrase I want to quote from our Messiah, "for my name's sake," His name's sake, "shall receive 100-fold and inherit eternal life." Amazing promises, but not that we must want to forsake anything that's good, not that we must want to be a minority or always be small in numbers, but that if that be the case, for His name's sake, for the sake of the truth, for the sake of walking in righteousness and the truth, and living by every word of our Creator, the written word, His inspired word into our hearts and minds, let's do so, regardless of numbers, to powerfully witness to others as possible. As we're told in Zechariah chapter 4 and in verse 6, "Not by might or strength, but by thy Spirit." So we want to do the planting, the watering, the nurturing as we can, witnessing as we can, but let our Father provide the increase. He's the giver of every good and every perfect gift. And He provides the increase, and through His Son, of course. We can't exclude His Son and our Messiah and the power of their Spirit working in us. We want to do great exploits according to our faith and according to His will and the timing of all these things. And we know those will increase in the end times. And the accompanying fruits and signs of being true believers, regardless of the age and the generation and the century that we're in. In Daniel chapter 11, verse 32, referring to the end time, we know that there's going to be an abomination of desolation, and there's going to be a beast leader that's going to be behind all this. But in verse 32 of Daniel 11, we're told, "For those who do wickedly against the covenant, and of course we're in the end times we'll be referring to the new covenant, he shall corrupt with flattery. But the people who know their Creator shall be strong and do great exploits and carry out great exploits. And so we should not be afraid of this. The exploits we see in the first century in the book of Acts, and also through the ministry of our Messiah. He says we can do greater works than even he did. Do you believe that? Do you want to be like that? Not for just yourself or glory, but for his name's sake, for his glory. Do great exploits, have accompanying signs. Like in Mark chapter 16, for all believers. It says in verses 17 and 18, and these signs, turning to Mark chapter 16 and verse 17, and these signs will follow those who believe. In my name they will cast out demons. They will speak in new tongues or languages for the sake of preaching and bringing truth to people. They will take up serpents, if they take up serpents, deadly things, especially we see Paul doing that and being bitten by a viper and it didn't hurt him. Or if we drink anything that's deadly or any poison, or someone may want to poison us if they hate the truth enough. Or accidentally we may drink it when we're doing the work and being lights as strong as we can, the best we can. It says here that by no means these things will hurt them, will hurt us who are true believers. And if they lay hands upon the sick will recover. Now, our timing is not always his timing, and it doesn't always happen instantly like we want, but we should have faith that we will recover. If we are following the Word, and we have the laying on of hands, as we're even told in the book of James, at the end of the book of James, that the elders, those who are elders doing that, and oil being symbolic of his Spirit, and following the Scriptures and repenting of things that may cause our problems to do the best we can have full confidence and faith that we will be healed and that we will have these accompanying signs. If you want to be like this, then visit our website regularly. Correspond with us as you feel inspired. Let's network. Let's have iron sharpening iron. We want to upload more articles as well. So visiting our website, TorahTruthSeekers.org, if you're interested in more articles or video messages that we'll put on. And of course we will never ask the public for money, or any of you for money, no cost or obligation. We do have a donation box, but that's for free will offerings and tithes for those who believe in paying tithes to a Melchizedek under the Melchizedek High Priest Yeshua Ministries. And we are doing that to the best we can with whatever technology and whatever means that we can afford. We have Romanian translations that we're working on in our family ministry, and there's others who are doing Russian translations of good truth. We have an outside resource page for ministries that we recommend. Of course, none of us are perfect. None of us know all the truth yet. We're growing in this. We want to learn from each other and have the love and patience with each other that we need to have, because without love, having all knowledge and knowing all mysteries is nothing, as we're told in 1 Corinthians 13. And having all these miracles of casting out negative energy and adversaries that are against our Creator. We can do all this, but if we don't have love, it's not worth anything. So we want to have the right love for one another, to listen to one another, to learn from one another. And hopefully we can edify you through this website, through our video messages we put on YouTube. And may our Creator continue